Today's podcast has been canceled due to a lack of interest. Well, I'm kind of April fooling you there a little bit. Welcome to April 1st, 2021. But really, there's almost going to be no interest in the weather over the next few days because we have what we call severe clear. Nothing of really any interest coming across the western United States. Now, I think this is something that's going to make a lot of people very happy. We're going to have some real nice spring conditions, the warmest stretch of weather we've had in a long, long time. The big warm-up begins today. You may have noticed yesterday afternoon in many areas starting to get warmer. And today through Easter Sunday and into Monday, the weather is going to be great. Now, we may see some showers move in late Monday into Tuesday. That'll be our next chance for some of you, not all of you, but some of you to maybe get a little wet. Until then, we have about 4 to 5 days here where precipitation will be slim to none. April is going to be off to a dry start, which we don't like to see, but at the same time, everyone's going to enjoy this nice weather coming for the next several days. Wanted to show you the latest drought monitor that just came out this morning. Just want to highlight again that we're not out of the woods yet. While there has certainly been the most noticeable improvement in drought conditions in this area here over the last 3 weeks, and certainly drought conditions have improved in this area here, but you still see yellow, you still see orange and brown and red from the Dakotas, across Montana, Wyoming, throughout all of the Intermountain West. Drought conditions are still persisting. So we have to get back into a wet pattern later in April to hopefully make that March storm not the only storm that's going to give us some good spring moisture. When you look at soil moisture conditions, the soil moisture anomaly, anywhere you see green, soil moisture is above average, white is average, and brown soil moisture is below average. And so you can kind of see where the March storminess just kind of took a bite out of the drought right in the middle there, like a bite out of a cookie. But you can see that the rest of the West, many areas of the North Central, and even some little slivers of the Corn Belt here are still looking at drier than normal soil moisture conditions. Now, as we take a look at what's going to happen with the upper level pattern here in the coming days, we have a broad ridge of high pressure that's building today across the western United States. Any really cold weather up here in the Northeast and the Great Lakes. So warm air, the door is open now. The door from the desert Southwest and the Pacific coast is open for that air to move in. That's why it's going to warm up so quickly. This is for Sunday morning. For Easter Sunday, as we have been showing you over the last several days, we just have this coast to coast, almost coast to coast, big old happy high pressure system moving on in. So this will allow temperatures to warm up. Now this low is going to break off from the main jet stream, but this little guy right here is going to swing in early next week, and that might be able to bring some areas of the northern Rockies a little bit of moisture next week. But through probably Monday, or at least most of Monday, there's no precipitation in the forecast. And look at these temperatures. These are forecasted high temperatures for Saturday. Look at all the yellow and orange on that map. Anywhere you see yellow into orange, you're looking at upper 60s into the 70s, 90s down there into Southern California, Las Vegas, down into the Phoenix, Tucson areas, starting to build up some heat in those southwestern deserts as that April sun, very intense down there, warming things up. Look at parts of North and South Dakota, upper 70s and lower 80s by Saturday. Easter Sunday, it gets even warmer. Look at this large area of 80s. Really, really, really warming on up. And temperatures across Wyoming, Montana, and Colorado into Utah, all in the 60s and 70s. Really, really comfortable. And look at this. You talk about the wind. This is the forecasted wind gust potential for just around sunrise on Saturday. Now, what's interesting is I'm showing you the forecasted wind gusts for sunrise Saturday. Look at all those single-digit numbers there. We got some little breezy areas here and across portions of the Texas Panhandle and across Kansas. But there is going to be wind this weekend. I don't want to give you the impression that it's going to be calm. In fact, I think Easter Sunday is going to be a little bit breezy. But relatively speaking, for this time of year, when you see a wind map like that, that just shows you how strong the high pressure is. So wake up Saturday morning, walk the dog, get out and do a jog. It's going to be a beautiful morning Saturday all across the Rockies and the Western High Plains and right on into the Pacific Northwest and the Great Basin. By Tuesday morning, here's that little low that over the weekend is going to be up here, so it slides in. Now, you'll notice that it's not a very big system, but this time of year, these little Pacific waves bring moisture, instability, and there might be some moisture. Now, take this with a little bit of a grain of salt. This might be over forecasting it, but we could see a swath of rain, snow, and thunderstorm activity across parts of northern Wyoming and southern Montana into western South Dakota. These areas really need it, especially here in the Bighorn Basin of Wyoming and up along that Montana-Wyoming border area. There are still some really dry areas. So let's hope that that does develop. This would be scattered rain and thunderstorm activity in that Tuesday, Wednesday timeframe. So that's our next best chance of moisture, dry until then. Long term, 10 days out, the long range charts are showing a big trough off the west coast with a big high pressure in the middle of the nation. This would make high pressure and very warm conditions returning late next week. The question mark here is, will this low stall off the west coast and pump in warm air into the Rockies and the high plains next weekend, or will this break off and come in? And that's a question mark. So, we'll keep an eye on the weather next weekend to see if something rolls on in. But other than that Tuesday, Wednesday chance for showers, we still don't see much in the way of significant moisture for the first week of April. Have yourself a good Thursday. Have yourself a great day enjoying the nice weather. We'll see you tomorrow.